Now then, YouTube, although this tractor ran, it wouldn't start on its own, and later on I found out that was because one of the glow plugs had gone, and it was in a sequence, so therefore none of them would work. So my plan was to take the ones off the McCormick B450 and put them on this, which is what I did. But they don't shift. I wonder if these are originals. They don't shift. So as you can see here, I've taken the injector out of the injector housing there. This is a mistake, don't do it, it makes life difficult later on. The reason I've done this is because the spanner just doesn't seem to grab real nicely on the heater plug nuts. It just does. On the McCormick it was not a problem, these I just couldn't get it to go. So then now you can see I've got them out and two glow plugs are still stuck in. I had to take a bit more off this one to get that one to go. As you can see there, I've got them out, and I'm just nut locking two studs that came out with the nuts. So these are the glow plugs off the Farmall. That one's goosed. That one I blew up when I tested it. And I think you test it. These ones, I think that's earth/neutral live. That doesn't do anything. That's your neutral there. That's your live. That one's alright. There's another one that's alright, so I've only got two that's actually any good. So I'm going to put the ones from the McCormick into this one, which are here, which I've cleaned up. And I've cleaned up the holders as well for this one and for the tractor. That's the injector to go back in. So I've cleaned them up and we'll put them back in. As you can see, the three on the right are the same, and that one's a bit different with it being a bit longer, but similar design. So that's what I'm going to put them in, so I can get to that one easier with it being different. Yeah, you can see it's starting to glow, I think now, can't you? So we know that that's working. And it cools off. And if we give her it. Good day / bad day. Got the tractor to run on its own power, you turn key, it heats it up, it runs, but then it pees water out of all them injectors. So I'm wondering if that's what all that staining was from before. Another good little tip, someone told me to use elbow grease, and it does shift oily stains. So I think I failed with taking them injectors out like that, because all they do is leak around there. What we're thinking is taking them out. Still a bit tight. That's inside of there. Can't see whether there's any washer on there. It looks like there's a bit something maybe copperified, but I doubt it. I have to have a scrape. And that's the other side of the injector, and that is an O-ring there. That's the glow plug. So me and Stu cleaned them up. Well, Stuart's done most of it cleaning, hasn't you, Stu? Yeah. And then we cleaned up the injectors, haven't we? And we put them back in. Stu's put them together. I've cleaned the injector out and then cleaned that, so that's going to face against that copper. Hopefully it's not going to piss out. As you can see here, it's still just ever so slightly weeping out of the last one. But after a little bit more tightening, we did manage to get it stopped. And we also altered tick over to slow it down a bit so it revs over real nice now. As when I bought it, it was just a bit too keen when setting off. Just got to get car back to go now, haven't we? So in that package we've got the rubber O-rings that stop dirt getting down the injectors. And also I thought they were copper, but they'll look brass. Even better then, for sealing against if that one still leaks or not. And then once we get that rocker cover thing on there, that should be a lot better. And the other one's shunting about, so they'll park better. All good. How fast was it? I wasn't driving it. Let Zoe drive it once, she blows it up, look. So I pulled the head off Farmall. The main reason why it was leaking down the side is because it's split. So about 3/4 of it has stayed on the actual rocker cover, and about 1/4 of it's stayed on the tractor. So we'll clean it off. Well, some of you might remember on the 13th of March I took this McCormick's BWD6 Ploughing with Andrew's free for ransoms and managed to bust it. It has been bust before. It's pulled the threads off before and someone's welded it back on. Well, anyway, we finally got around to fixing it, although this was back in Yorkshire Game and Country Fair. Once we got plough off, just lifted the arms up behind and Andrew's little ratcheting tool came in. Don't know if threads are gone on that or not, hopefully not. Maybe not much meat on them. And it could just be a case of they've gone on that maybe because there's a bit of a line there. I don't know. Yeah, put it back on, re-threaded it back on, tried lifting it. As soon as it got to pressure point, it just pulled it straight off. So another hydraulic issue to fix. So I've taken the hydraulic ram off where it attaches onto the drawbar. And I've had to pull it out of there. Just an Allen key holding it on, but I don't know if that's because a bolt snapped because there's a bolt on that one there. So in theory you can maybe put 2 rams on it, probably. And then I've just unattached it there. I was ready for it this time and had this jug underneath. Let the air pressure out, so I've caught all that. So I've taken the ram off now. Just guess you undo them 2 bolts. Not sure really. That's the pin that slid into that pin slid into the tractor, and that'll be where that Allen key bolt went into there to hold it in, and then that ram just spins round off there into there. This is the bit that's bust, that's been welded on before. It's just loose. Looks like Andy Trabs has been out and welded that on after asking if he's minged it or cast rodded it, because I can't tell you. You'll maybe know. So he's welded that back on. He put that back together. I was hoping to get a video of it all going back together. Anyway, I've tightened them on and starting to fill it up now. So that should hopefully fix that tractor. Maybe said me and Stu had a go at doing this. The other day it looks like we've got a weep on there, so I've just been and nip these top bolts up. Let's see how that goes. And I need to place an order really, get the bits bought for this and get some gaskets for that, and then I can have that back together really. It'd be good to get a tune out of that. Sold it, Charlie. So here we can see Andrew's loading up his 276. This is the chap that's bought it. It was Andrew's nice little ploughing tractor. He's hoping to acquire a B275, so he's on the lookout for one of them. No batteries here, Andrew.
I thought there was some on charge.
Actually, yeah, there is the big ones. What have you bought, Andrew? You had that real nice little lovely tractor and you bought this heap of junk.
Bought a beast.
I'll go get a battery then.
Is your Farmall? positive earth.
No, negative earth.
This one was on. He had it on positive on battery, I'm sure. No, it didn't. No. Oh, did it?
Has this got draft control?
Draft?
Yeah.
No, not draft.
Why is it all blistering near water? Engine's tiny, Andrew.
Hey?
Engine's tiny.
Tiny.
Go, give it some eat. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Are you taking it off, Charlotte? You're going to take it up there? You all right? Is it all right? Brakes work?
Yeah, I won't adjust it, but they'll work.
Faster.